Hi, and welcome to the Senior Network. I'm your host, Greg Fulton, and today we are joined by Heather Flowers, Director of Nursing Right at Home. Good to see you. And
Thank
Becky
you.
Davis of the Cypress Hilton Head. Great to see you.
Nice to see you too.
And we're coming to you today from AccuQuest Hearing Centers here in Bluffton, South Carolina. Well, you guys, we were talking about that time of year, hurricanes, unfortunately. I know there's a lot of preparation that we do at Right at Home, and I'm sure you guys at Cypress, same thing.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about where you are now with that.
Well, again, we're in the middle of hurricane season, but our preparation starts many months ago.
Really?
Absolutely.
So we're behind.
Yeah, you better catch up. First off, we educate our members at the Cypress who live there about our evacuation plans,
Right.
and also to educate them on what to prepare for as far as packing and our final destination where we're going to go if we do have to evacuate. Communication with family who live, don't live locally, and all that starts like in April.
Okay.
And then we have a big meeting like the beginning of or mid-May because hurricane season technically starts June the 1st.
Right.
So so you have to give them lots of preparation. Also, too, we address pets on evacuating pets and how and just the whole logistics.
Sure.
The Cypress does a wonderful job at aligning ourselves with folks. We go to Fort Mill, South Carolina, at the Heritage International, which is a conference center, and they can accommodate. In 2016, we evacuated over 500 members and staff,
Wow.
and they accommodated them with 3 meals a day. They were on.
Wonderful things about it.
Oh, you have? Oh, yeah. And we would go on buses.
From the residents,
Yeah, we go on buses with bathrooms, and we offer box lunches and snacks. We remind everyone that it's a hurricane evacuation, not a vacation. So the first thing you need to pack is a sense of humor, because there are lots of
inconveniences.
and lots of little moments. And the neat thing is that the Cypress of Charlotte is so close by to Fort Mill. So if we ever need to have a fallback,
Sister property.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we have figured it out. But
Unfortunately,
I
know.
But I hope, and I hope. I think we've had our turn.
We've had our share.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have.
And you know what? I always have folks when they visit the Cypress who do not live in this immediate area, who's not really part of my primary demographic, and they say, what about hurricanes?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, how could? I'm like, weather happens everywhere.
Everywhere.
Right.
And
Right.
at least we get.
Warning.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have 3 days,
Exactly.
4 days.
Yeah.
Right. It's not a tornado.
No, it's not. Yeah,
Right.
you don't have a tornado hitting Dayton,
Exactly.
Ohio,
In the middle of the night.
Yeah,
Right.
so
Right.
weather happens everywhere, but we take it very seriously. We're not complacent about it.
Sure.
And
Now, do the staff, like yourself and folks, go with them?
oh yeah, yes. In fact, we just filled out our forms on whether or not we're evacuating, and are we bringing a pet? Are we bringing our spouse? Are we bringing our children? And so we're prepared to if staff need to evacuate with us, and we obviously need the help when we get to our final destination. And now the Preston Health Center, we have accommodations with other nursing facilities.
Because they have to go to something
Some like
comparable. Right.
a skilled facility.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. So we've already set up this, and they go up in on ambulances.
Really?
Yes. So and again, all the transportation is. It could be a logistics nightmare. It's not. I mean, we are already got commitments from everyone. To show up. Just a phone call. You need to show up at 8 a.m. so we can get these folks on their way.
It's a lot. I mean, it's a lot that goes into it. I know we just at Right at Home, we just went through accreditation with Joint Commission, and our emergency plan grew from like this big to that big. I mean, the details involved with medicines and just the little things that you may not think about. So it's an educational experience for us and our company too to really take it to a different level.
Well, let me ask you this.
Sure.
Because this is also part of our preparation. It's the what's it called? I have a name for it. The retrieval team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's a big thing. And so I'm part of the retrieval team.
Me
yeah,
too.
Yeah,
Me too.
I mean, but it is a lot of work.
Coming back
Coming back,
settled.
yes.
Well,
Exactly.
so for us, we have 322 units. I'll say apartments, villas, single-family homes. Well, you've been on campus.
sure.
The electricity's turned off. we tell everyone, make sure you empty your ice buckets and things like that, and get away, take away any spoiled milk and things like that. Well, some people don't.
Right.
Yeah.
So our housekeeping staff, who is the best, go back into every home, clean out the refrigerators, make sure everything's, and then we put food in the refrigerator. So when I know, and then we end up having a party when they come back because the chef does a big
Welcome home.
welcome
right?
home buffet.
I love the Cypress.
I'm telling you what, we
They do
figured
it
out.
right. They do it right.
They do.
And they
They do.
clean and they make sure they have fresh water, fresh milk, and a carton of eggs and whatever they need when they come back.
Well, that brings up a point. So if electricity turns off, that means it's mandatory that everybody has to leave?
Yeah, and Hilton Plantation.
So nobody, okay.
Uh-huh.
No one sneaks in
Well,
and stays
yeah.
behind.
Well, let's just leave it at that. We are being televised right now.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
They're not
yeah,
supposed to be there. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so, yeah. So,
It's smart. It's very, yeah, I stayed 1 year and I will tell you I will never stay again. And it really wasn't that bad. It's just all the things you don't think about. It's just not worth it. The
it's
safety,
not,
it's
and,
not worth
and,
it.
and it's, it's the tornadoes that you don't expect.
Right,
And,
right.
And Hilton Plantation, where the Cypress is located, they're very clear.
Yeah.
If you do not, we are turning off the electricity of the, so.
That's a great idea. Kind
Wow.
of makes you,
Oh.
makes them leave, yeah.
Yeah.
I hate to keep monopolizing.
No,
all
go.
this,
That's
but-
all right.
We're talking about you and
Okay,
Cypress.
well, I need, so Chef Eric, he fed all the first responders.
Oh.
I know. How much more do you love us? It was like
Yes.
400 first responders, because Hilton Plantation got hit really hard, as
Oh,
you
yeah.
know.
During Matthew, yeah.
Right, during Matthew.
Yeah.
And there were contractors there, landscapers there, of course, people taking down the trees or cutting up the trees that had fallen. Yeah, so he
Wow.
fed all the first responders.
Oh.
And yay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's
He's a great guy,
wonderful.
though, really is.
Yeah, it's a great way to
Well,
give
Heather,
back.
we talk a little bit about your world and
Yes.
emergency planning.
Yes, yes. Well, we have, because we are in private homes so much for hurricanes, we make sure that we call every single family and every single caregiver and make sure that they have a plan for evacuation. We have them labeled, the highest risk for who lives completely alone, some that have family members nearby that might want to help with evacuation, but we also provide caregivers that will evacuate with our families.
Yeah.
And we'll take them to, an area of safety and stay in a hotel and take their dog and take their medicines. And so we provide all of that for our clients too. So it's a great, and then we provide caregivers for facilities because not everyone is as staffed as the
Right.
Cypress.
Oh, I know.
And so they need extra caregivers. And so we, put out a general bulletin, who's interested in going. And to provide even more help for some of the smaller communities that need more help.
I don't think people realize how hard it is to turn like a hotel room into sort of a nursing situation, environment to optimize the best kind of care and safety.
Right.
I mean, the grab bars aren't in the same place,
Right.
or there's
Sometimes
none at
there's
all,
none.
at
Yeah,
all.
exactly.
Right.
Yeah, the handicap rooms are the first to go. you
Right.
know.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah, we're hauling
Kudos to you.
walkers and
Yep.
3-in-1 toilets, you name it. We
Oh,
got it.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's something that, like Heather said, that most families will contribute and help out. The children will come and,
Yeah.
pick them up and stuff. But there's some that can't get here, and then that's the ones that we kind of take ownership of and go in and do all the planning for them, and evacuate them and take them somewhere and stay with them. And I know we actually had, Heather didn't say it, but a couple years ago we had a caregiver, a story that took them to North Carolina. And it's a long story behind it, but it turned out to be a wonderful situation, and the family wrote all these articles about us, and that caregiver ended up winning a national award for Caregiver of
Yeah.
the Year for that.
Oh my gosh, how fantastic.
Because they lived in Hilton Plantation, and so they were out almost 10 days.
Oh, yeah, we were gone 11.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So it was a really neat story, and we love those kinds of things. And so much is behind the scenes, and you don't get to hear them. But it was nice for that one to be sort of national news.
Yeah, and and people don't realize the Herculean effort it takes for this. And I tell you one thing though, the true human spirit comes, full front when people are in need and there's a crisis. So
And that
it's a
coming back.
testimony to you.
Yeah, yeah, and the whole retrieval. It's I had to drive to all of the houses to make sure that, you know, there were no trees
Oh, yeah.
blocking the.
Oh, yeah. Sure
And
you
could we
did.
could we get the, you know, the walkers in and the wheelchairs, and did they have running water? And yeah, so it takes a community for sure.
Yeah, and like you said, it really does bring the community together. Everyone, everyone.
Big time.
Because I know our relationships with people like you and the communities grew so much through those times because we're working together, we're on the phone together, constantly talking about logistics and how we're going to do things,
Yeah.
and it was a bonding experience.
And we learn from each other.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Everybody has a little different way of doing things, and we take that and do it.
And everybody wants to share. You know,
Yeah.
oh, we're doing this and this
It's
is
very
working, and you
cathartic,
get
right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Well, hold that thought. We need to
All
take
right.
a break.
Okay.
Stay with us. We'll be right back here on the Senior Network.